Hello, guys. Can you just imagine a world where Indian workers fuel Russia's economic engine, bridging cultures and economies like never before, something which we have never seen before? Now, if you see, with Russia's deputy prime minister himself inviting skilled Indian talent to Russia, this partnership could transform global power dynamics. But what's behind this surprising move? And what does it mean for India's economy and the youth population or your future? So in this video, we will be diving deeper into this proposal, this Russia's game-changing proposal, and the opportunities for Indian workers and the challenges we must overcome. So, guys, stay tuned for understanding the things, and we will discover why this could be one of the biggest global partnership of our time. So, let's get started. Okay, so I hope you can see the screen, guys. So let's continue the discussion. Right? Okay. So let's see Russia's growing interest in Indian workers. And if you see recently, Russia's first deputy prime minister visited India and held discussion with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and also Dr. Jaishankar. So India's foreign minister's key announcement were made during this visit, and which include the intent to form a free trade agreement between India and Russia. So this move actually reflect Russia's acknowledgement of a strong relationship between the two nations. Now, the question is why the interest in Indian workers, right? So, Russia is currently facing a demographic challenge with a declining population and an increasing demand for workers. Family structures in Russia are, such that both rates are very low and divorce rates are very high. So, that is actually leading to a significant decrease in population growth. And to address this, Russia is now looking outward to fill its workforce gap. So, they are looking for laborers from India. Now, if you look at India-Russia trade deficit and the impact, that's another dimension of this discussion. See, during the meeting, Mr. Jaishankar openly discussed the trade imbalance between India and Russia. Currently, if you see, over 90% of the $66 billion trade between India and Russia consists of Indian purchases from Russia, primarily oil. So this one-sided trade has raised concern, and India is eager to balance it by encouraging Russia to buy more Indian goods. So now, how to address the trade imbalance? Guys, if you see, India has proposed solutions. Jaishankar acknowledged that addressing this imbalance requires genuine demand from Russian consumers. It's not enough to simply ask Russia to buy from India, right? India's product must meet Russian standards and be genuinely needed by the Russian market. Otherwise, there is no point in asking them to buy from India. So, if they consider Indian products are substandard, we cannot blame them. Now let's look at Russia's solution. So what Russia did is they invited Indian workers, right? So in response to India's concern, Russia have come up with a unique solution by inviting Indian workers to fill workforce gaps in Russia. The country aims to benefit economically while also helping India to balance the trade deficit through remittances. So Indian workers could play a significant role in Russia's economy, similar to the impact Indian laborers have had in the Israel and the Middle East. What are the challenges for Indian workers in Russia? See, this idea is promising, but there are notable challenges that could impact its success. Now, it include, mainly language barrier. So if you see Russia is like Russian is the primary language over there. So which could be a significant barrier for Indian workers. And to address this, Russia planned to send trainers to India to help Indian workers learn Russian and acquire other essential skills. The other one is economic disparity. If you see, Moscow offers relatively high wages. Other parts of Russia do not match this economic level, which could, affect job satisfaction and also retention. Now, if you look at the payment system challenge, see, one of the biggest obstacle for Indian workers in Russia is the current financial system. Due to sanctions, Russia is no longer a part of the SWIFT payment system, making international transactions very complex. So, if you see, there is a limited access to international payment option, right? So, like the credit cards like Visa, Mastercards are not accepted in Russia, and Indian banks do not facilitate transaction with Russian banks also. So, again, at present, if you see Indian tourists and workers must use cash for or open accounts in Russian banks to manage their finances. So, without access to SWIFT, sending remittances back to India is very much challenging. So this issue again must be resolved for Indian workers to effectively send their earnings to home. Now, if you compare Russia with other destinations, see, Russia presents an exciting opportunity at this point of time, but it's important to compare it with other popular destinations for Indian workers like Israel, UAE, Saudi Arabia. So, if you see, there are very good established payment channels like Indian workers can easily send remittances home through official banking channels. And there is a higher remittance impact also. If you see countries like Israel and UAE offer established systems that allow the workers to send money home without complications, and that will benefit their families and the Indian economy as well. So, for Russia to achieve similar success, it must either rejoin SWIFT or establish an alternative payment system with India to ensure such kind of smooth financial transaction. What are the potential economic benefits for India? See, guys, if you look at it, if these issues are addressed, then Russia's proposal could significantly benefit India by generating remittances. No doubt in that. With the enthusiasm and the work ethic of Indian workers, experts estimate that Indian workers in Russia could bring up to 10 to 15 billion in remittances annually. So this influx could help to balance India's trade deficit with Russia and improve economic ties between the two nations. So that's actually the advantage. Now let's conclude this. See, guys, Russia's invitation to Indian workers offers a promising new avenue, that is for sure. But the challenges are like language, economic disparities within Russia, and the absence of reliable payment system. It need to be resolved. So if these obstacles are overcome, Indian workers could make a meaningful impact in Russia, both by filling workforce gap and also contributing to India's economy through remittances. So, this partnership could transform India Russia relations. It can address the trade imbalance and it can deepen the cooperation between the two nations. And, guys, thank you so much for watching the video and thank you for joining this discussion on the potential of Indian workers in Russia. So, guys, with careful planning and collaboration, this opportunity could can become a reality and it can benefit both the countries in the future. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next session.